Under the golden dawn of the Serengeti, time appears to stand still. The horizon is a razor's edge. Gold meeting violet. The heat has not yet begun its relentless ascent. The grass grows tall here, swaying to the rhythmic respiration of the earth. In this sea of amber, a dominant female rests. Aria, a mature lioness. Her coat is a perfect match for the desiccated landscape. Evolutionary camouflage. This is a moment of metabolic recovery. Beside her, a 3-month-old cub stirs. Leo. He is a bundle of unrefined energy. He stalks her tail, a mock hunt. His paws are oversized for his fragile frame. His growls are thin, lost in the vastness of the plains. This is the raw, quiet heart of maternal instinct, survival in its most primitive form. The lioness grooms him, a rasping tongue across soft fur, removing parasites, strengthening the social bond. An oasis of calm, the quiet before the wild reclaims its tax. The atmosphere shifts, the sky bruises with sudden dark clouds, shadows detach from the scrub. The clan has arrived, spotted hyenas. They move with lethal intent. Not an attack, a siege. They fan out, a calculated arc, isolating the pair from the safety of the pride. Aria rises, her roar is a physical force vibrating through the dust. But the numbers are cold. 10, 15. The pack closes in, a battle of attrition. Jaws snap at her heels, crucial bites to the hamstrings. Aria strikes back, explosive energy, but her reserves are draining. In a desperate surge to shield her cub, she is forced back. The terrain betrays her. The ground gives way, a hidden rift, sinking. The lioness is plunged into a suffocating mire, immobile, injured. Above her, the hyenas gather at the lip of the pit. They do not finish the kill. They wait. 500 meters across the heat shimmer, a 600mm telephoto lens dissects the scene. Mark, a veteran observer, a witness to the unyielding laws of the wild. Through the glass, the detail is haunting. The lioness's amber eyes are wide. A glaze of metabolic exhaustion is setting in. She isn't looking at the hyenas. Her gaze is locked on the small, trembling shape of her cub. The cub's mews are thin, lost in the wind. The observer's heart rate spikes. This is no longer a document. It is a tragedy in real time. The rule of non-interference is tested by the weight of the moment. Mark reaches for the radio. His hand is steady, but his voice is tight. Static breaks the heavy silence of the Jeep. The response is immediate. The race against the earth has begun. He monitors the pit. Every labored breath from the mire is a countdown. Human intervention is the only variable left in the equation of her survival. The Serengeti Wildlife Conservation Team is in motion. Modified Land Rovers tear through the acacia scrub, tires clawing at the joist unyielding earth. Dust plumes rise behind them like storm fronts on the horizon. Inside the lit vehicle, the air is thick with professional urgency. Veterinarians check the pressure of dart rifles, calibrating dosages for a 150-kilogram predator in shock. They know the math of survival is unforgiving. Every second wasted is a drop of life leaving the mire. Mark leads the convoy, his focus absolute. The hyenas sense the shift in the hierarchy. The roar of human engines is a sound they cannot contest. The clan dissolves into the golden grass, retreating back into the shadows of the bush. But for the lioness, the threat has shifted from teeth to physics. The mud is rising, hypoxia is setting in. Her pulse is a faint, erratic rhythm. The mission is no longer a transport. It is a desperate sprint against a biological shutdown. The sun is dipping lower. The window of survival is closing. The sight is a grim tableau. Aria is nearly submerged, her breathing a shallow, wet rasp. The suction of the pit is absolute. The team works with surgical precision. One wrong move, and the vacuum will pull her under. A veterinarian fires a sedation dart. Impact. The lioness's head slumps. Her biology is now in the hands of the crew. They rig the orange webbing. Heavy-duty straps slide beneath her massive frame. The winch groans. Steel cables go taut, vibrating with the strain. It is a brutal tug-of-war against the earth. From the sidelines, the cub's cries are a jagged edge, a sound of primal loss. Slowly, the mud releases its grip. Arya's weight is reclaimed. As they hoist her onto the rescue sled, Mark freezes. Through his lens, a single drop of moisture, a tear, slips from her amber eye. A rare fracture in the indifference of nature. The line between man and beast dissolves. She is loaded, secured. The race to the station begins. The Savannah Recovery Station is a sanctuary of sterile metal and quiet corridors. Inside, the Queen of the Plains is reduced to a patient. Veterinary surgeons work under the cold glow of white LEDs. They clean the septic wounds left by the clan. They stitch the deep, jagged tears in her golden flanks. Intravenous fluids and antibiotics drip into her system, stabilizing a shattered biology. But the body heals faster than the instinct. In the first 48 hours, Arya is lethargic. She refuses meat. Her amber eyes remain fixed on the reinforced window, searching for a pulse that is missing. Separation distress, a biological void. The team recognizes the symptoms. They move the cub into the adjacent enclosure, divided only by a protective steel mesh. The cub calls out, a sharp, recognizable chirp. The effect is visceral. Arya's ears twitch. She forces her weight onto her bandaged leg, a brutal struggle of bone against gravity. She stands. A low, rumbled response vibrates through the enclosure, a vow of return. The recovery is no longer just clinical. It is driven by the ancient, unbreakable bond of blood. Weeks of clinical silence give way to the scent of the open wild. The release site is a vast theater of gold. The steel doors of the transport slide open, and the air of the Serengeti rushes in. Arya steps onto the dust, her true home. Her stride is cautious. Her flank is scarred, a permanent map of her survival. But she is regal once more. She draws in a deep breath of the savannah, her amber eyes scanning the horizon. From the shade of a nearby acacia, a small shape erupts, Leo. He moves like a streak of golden light across the scorched earth. The collision is not one of violence, but of absolute recognition. Arya lowers her head, her massive tongue anchoring him to the ground. A physical reaffirmation of a bond that refused to break. They nuzzle, their silhouettes merging into a single powerful form. Mark watches from the distance. His camera remains resting on the seat. Some moments are too significant to be captured behind glass. The sun begins its final descent, painting the sky in hues of crimson and bruised purple. Mother and cub turn away from the world of men. They walk toward the blue horizons, disappearing into the tall grass where they belong. A cycle restored, a bloodline preserved. In the harsher heart of nature, courage is more than a struggle to survive. It is the miraculous connection between souls who understand love and compassion.